I believe it's Monday, and what happens on Mondays? Correct. It's Our House Mondays. Anyone in the gig economy, whether you're with Uber, with Lyft, with Amazon, DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats, whoever you work for, you have a platform every Monday. I read out your messages. This is about your session, right? And I just threw in an extra question there because I was just curious to hear if there are any protests, if there is any rioting in your city, if you're working, if you are an essential worker during these crazy times, right? Pretty wild out there. France Murphy's in the house from Chicago, Chi-Town. How are you? What's cooking? What's going on? And give us an update. Chicago, give us an update. Yo, yo, yo. Mark Roughton's in the house. Vegas, give us an update from Vegas. Are there any protests? If you know the coordinates where stuff is going down, let's share that with people so that they don't drive into problem areas. Toros Petroyan's in the house. He says there's a protest about to start in Burbank. I heard that they have a curfew from 1 p.m. onwards in Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Burbank, etc. So shit's going to hit the fan there. Reinhardt's in the house. Arizona, what's cooking in Arizona? Where are you? Tempe? Are you in Sedona? Are you in Scottsdale? Are you in Phoenix? Where are you in Arizona? Give us the scoop. Scott Tucker's in the house. He says, hello, everyone. Stay safe. Indeed. Stay safe in these times. Don't get involved and don't break any shop windows. You don't need that money that badly. Don't break down any, don't break into shops, period. You don't need that cash that badly, right? But hey, if you are standing up for, the I Can't Breathe movement, I'm with you. I hear you. Sorry, 702 number, I can't take that call on the other one. I'm busy in a live stream. So if somebody's trying to call me on the other one, I've got 2 live streams going. John B is in the house. Brian Santiago. Oh, he says, it's crazy here in Philadelphia. Give us the scoop of what's going on. I really want to hear city by city what's going on. Because the cities are burning. But they're never going to burn our house down. No, no, no. We're going to protect it fiercely. They will never burn our house down. So John B. Mass in the house. Marco Lugo. Oh, you're over at the DMV. They opened up again. Good, because I need to go to the DMV, and it's going to be a costly visit. Got to register a couple of cars. Mark Roughton says Friday protest on the Strip, Saturday downtown, and Sunday on the Strip. Downtown graffiti and windows broken. Ouch. Why break the windows, guys? Just, there's definitely, in my opinion, some bad apples out there fueling the fire, right? Just do calm, peaceful protests. I understand the anger. Look, I understand the anger and outrage. I will not take that away. People definitely have a lot of reasons to protest, right? But breaking windows, stealing Nike shoes, stealing TVs, that's going too far. That's where you got to take the pictures. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And then you follow up. That's theft, right? That's not right. That's not who we are. That is not who we are as citizens. Jason Hong's in the house. Hello, my brother from another mother. Say my name, say my name, say my name. I'm acting kind of crazy. Never, never lazy. Jason Hong in the house. Michael Levitt. Anyone get PUA increase yet? Anybody get a PUA increase yet? Toro says, I don't understand what Gucci and Louis got to do with the protesting. Oh, I know what they've got to do with the protesting. They want those products are expensive. Those products will sell on eBay. Watch that shit end up on eBay or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Danny, do you want to say hello to the house, Our House Mondays?
Sure.
We went surfing yesterday, and we had some battles, right?
Yeah.
Did I tap out or did you tap out?
You tapped out.
I tapped out because she went totally ninja on me. She's like, whoa! Like those protesters. San Diego Rideshare Pro. Say thanks to Thomas. Say thanks, Thomas.
Thomas.
Thomas, the legend. Thomas Gibson's in the house. Sent me a beautiful picture of his Escalade. Sorry, don't call me 702. Somebody's keep hounding me from a 702 number. I'm not answering. I'm busy. Don't make me block that number. James Campbell, I'm going to show that. Thomas says, I had to work around the protesters last night in the San Diego gas. Oh, they were down there? Ouch. Ouch. But you had a good day. I mean, Thomas had over $400 in earnings the one day. Good for you. Good for you. And you know what? It tells me that they appreciate that car, right? Because you think you got $50-something in tips on top of that. Double thumbs up to Thomas. Subscribe to him. There he is, San Diego Rideshare Pro. Smackdown, $2. Somebody just says that this made me very angry. Okay, I'll read that. I'll find out what made you very angry. Listen, I care about your emotions and feelings. I'm not dismissing anything. I'll read it. But somebody just texted me, I am very angry. Something about the protest. Okay. Michael Levitt says, me too, but only $231 weekly. Yeah, we got to up that. That's need more than that. Sunny days. I was born in D.C. Woo! That's it. Georgetown here, baby. D.C. makes me cry. Cops are stealing lives. Yep. They got to listen. The people are pissed. And they definitely have a right to protest. But breaking down shop windows, breaking into stores, stealing people's belongings is wrong. Is wrong. That I don't support. I do support the protests. I do support the anger. It has to come out, rightfully so. What I don't support is people like, I'm looking in Melrose down here in LA. I see all those burnt, cop cars. And man, I saw them flying down the highway. 50, 60, 70, 80 with all their gear, shooting down to Fairfax and Melrose. Well, they broke into all of those stores, as well as thousands of other stores around the country. Hopefully a lot of cameras are out there, and there will be thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of investigations in the next few weeks. So the people have the photos. Are the people so stupid that you think you're going to get away if you walk your mugshots on, on the cameras, right? You walk in and you steal 4 or 5 pairs of shoes of Nikes. Don't do that, guys. We're smarter than that. Robert Huneker is in the house. Abstract Echo, Jimmy is in the house. Hi, Thor. Mark Routen says, hiya, Jimmy. Franz Murphy says, I'm only doing Uber Eats, averaging 800 a week. Well, that's impressive, my friend. That's impressive. Sherelle's in the house. Sherelle Charlie, got you on both channels. Thank you on both channels. So giving me hours on the other channel. Sherelle, you rock. I appreciate it. If you can help me out on the rideshare driving school channel, I need the hours there. Slowly creeping to the 4,000 mark. Mark Rowden says Walmart here in Vegas closed at 5 p.m. Sunday. Uber has fake surges in London, says Mike Smith, to try to get drivers working, but at least 40% of drivers have quit and gave car back to rental. Yeah, a lot of people. That's why these rental companies are folding. Why do you think Hertz folded? Because thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of drivers said, Hertz, here, take your car back. Now, if Hertz was smart, right, they would rent out the cars at break even and keep the company afloat. No, but what they did is they kept the rates high for essential workers. They kept them high. And then when the demand was not there, the supply was there, all the rental cars were there, but the demand was not there during the peak COVID times, March, April, May, and that cost Hertz big time. So I don't know what CEO ran that company, but a couple of the other car rental companies made it through. James Campbell, smack down a 5 in the house. He says, if your state is one like Pennsylvania, where criminal justice reform and record forgiveness is taking place, do not delay. Do it the right way. Do not delay. Danu, come sing here. Do not delay. Do it the right way. Do not delay. Do it the right way. Do not delay. Do it the right way. Thanks, James Campbell. Always like and appreciate your input. Robert Huneker says, but I'm prepared if they request it. 65K last year, net. In the house, smack. Net, I like that word, N-E-T. Not gross, net is always better. Catch it in the net, fishes in the net. Michael Levitt says, you're rich, my friend. Rolling in the money, 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 money isn't funny in Robert's world. All the things he can do with 65,000 in Robert's world. James Campbell showing us those muscles. I want muscles, muscles. James Campbell, I got muscles. Got the muscle emojis going there. Damn, those are some big guns you got there, James. Ooh, I feel like a gorilla today, guys. Oh, wake me up before you go. John B., unemployment delays in Massachusetts, was getting unemployment, and all of a sudden, yeah, what is up with that? I've heard several people, all of a sudden, they just cut off from unemployment. What's up with that? He says, and said there's a scam going around the country. Michael Levitt says it's 713 here in New Jersey. Robert, I'm going to set you up a special one. I'm going to set you up more than that, okay? That's for you, Robert. But just hang tight. I will. I'll get you a better code than that. Just give me. Can you, Robert? Just text me. Boom, boom. And then I'll have Brian give you our supersonic code. Whoa, go Donnie, go Donnie, Donnie, go Donnie, come, go Donnie, come. Just another manic Monday. Wish it were Sunday. Protest free. That's it. Go to subscribe to Go Donnie, come. He is a great DJ. What I love, he does Depeche Mode remixes. He does Rick Astley videos for me, and I watch those because they take me way back to the 80s. That's a long time ago. That's over 40 years ago. He knows those times. I know those times. We used to do the moonwalk. We used to break dance, right? 80s, 80s, 80s. And very few people, know all the songs like Go Donnie Come. So subscribe to him. Jacob Spaulding's in the house. Don't cry crocodile tears, baby. Lyft just sent everyone a notice. Hope you got yours. Giving free players. What did Lyft say? Oh, we got Ghana. Hello, Africa. Tell me how you're doing. Wolanyo Ghana. Wolanyo Kwezi Kra. I welcome you, my brother. How are you? Hope you and your family are blessed and doing safe in Ghana. Much love to Ghana. Much love to the African continent. My former playground for at least 15 years. And do I know Africa? I think with the exception of maybe 6 countries in Africa, I traveled all the countries in Africa. Uber deceived us in Ghana. What did they do? I'll make a video. What did they do? What did they do? I'm curious. Uber deceived us across the globe. Amen, James. No PPE. Oh, you're essential. But we will not supply PPE because my name is Dara K. Charging 25%. Ay. Okay, send me a screenshot from Ghana. I want to make a video for my brothers over there. Got to slap Dara K down. How dare he? How dare he? And then I'm going to make another video today. The guy was sending me screenshots of DoorDash. $2.50 they wanted to pay for 32 items. $5 they wanted to pay for 10 items. Ay. What is going on, DoorDash? Are you falling apart? Are you so desperate that you have to take so much away from your essential drivers? Who's going to do 32 items for $2.50? Oh, and they might tip you within 15 days, it says there. Right. Jeez, like, come on, man. DoorDash, come on, Uber. Wolanyo, that deserves a video. Don't mess with Ghana, Uber. I have family over there. Our house. They're messing with our brothers and sisters in Africa and Uber. It's wrong. Scott Tucker says, I stopped driving DoorDash when I see how low they pay. Thank you. And I'm going to make a video probably I'll push it out in a few hours time, but I'm going to show you some screenshots of who in their right frickin' mind is going to work for $2.50, 32 items at Walmart. Who's going to do that for $2.50? Seriously? Do they think that we're so stupid and so desperate? GoDonnycom says, free for volunteer workers, Lyft's giving away free rides up in Minneapolis. Lyft? I want to hear more news if there's, where Carlos is in the house, unemployment is paying way more than Uber and Lyft. There we go. There we go. See? Carlos has got it down. He understands the formula. Jason, when did Uber not deceive us? Exactly. Franz Murphy says, most of Chicago will shut down at 9 p.m. tonight. I've seen a lot of footage from Chicago. I've seen a ton of footage from LA, from Philly. Mohammed Khalil is in the house on a Monday. He says, greetings, Professor. Check out my YouTube playlist, 80s. Cool, just send me the link. Godoni says, my Biloxi, Mississippi is safe. People have guns. They're standing their ground and their business, no problems here. Guns really do work. Yeah, you you got a double barrel pointed at them. Did you come here to loot? Not a good idea. Alfredo Rosales, how are you, my friend? Hola. Oh, you only lasted 2 days doing, yeah, exactly, you do. When you look at your earnings at DoorDash, really? Seriously? Really? That's what you're paying me? Really? Bye-bye. DoorDash, you done, you fried. And if Uber Eats takes up Grubhub and DoorDash keeps on paying what they're paying, they're done. That means that the combination of Uber Eats and Grubhub will be a monopoly. They will monopolize it. Then they will start setting the rates, but they will push DoorDash out the market. DoorDash will not be able to compete. Yasin Tukan's in the house. He says, hi, everyone. Yasin, I hope you and your family are doing great. I hope you're safe wherever you are. Sending you much love out there. Rich Steinhaus in the house. He says, hello, T. My hood is a hot mess. Mass looting all night, Chicago. Sorry to hear that. What is up, man? Can't the people, I understand anger. I understand the protests, right? But breaking down shop windows, taking items out of a store that not belong to you, that's called stealing. That's theft. That's not protesting anymore. Okay, that needs to stop. Okay, they're not going to listen to me, obviously, but what's the topic? The topic is Our House Mondays. The topic is you guys. This is your room on a Monday, and the topic is, are you driving during the protests? Where are protests going on? Keep the information flowing. Keep us informed. Irvine, California, stay safe. In the OC, where are you off? Bristol, or are you off Jamboree? Are you off MacArthur? Where are you down in the good Irvine? Are you close to the spectrum down there? Where are you? So Wolano says, do you let Uber know about plight of drivers on the page? Wolano, I smack down Uber every week. I go after them. Today, there was a protest this morning on June the 1st this morning, started at 9:30 a.m., a peaceful protest, that is, at the Lyft headquarters at 185 Berry Street, I believe, in San Francisco. I believe there's still people down there right now. Dennis Torres, LBC, in the house. He says, soon to go on bankruptcy. Most businesses were broken in. Yeah, downtown Long Beach also got hit. Our auto shop on Redondo, totally barricaded, all good there. The one down on Ventura and Tahunga, all barricaded, all good there. The one down on Lincoln and Ocean Park Boulevard, all good there. So, but the shit is supposed to hit the fan today in Santa Monica and in Beverly Hills and in Burbank. So we shall see. Curfew 1 p.m. Not 8:30 p.m. at night anymore, 1 p.m. You buy the Spectrum, cool. I picked up a client About 2 weeks ago, I picked them up at the Spectrum and I drove them back to Westlake Village. Penn State Labor Relations Assistant, cool. Mike Maffey at gmail.com. Got to hit him up. What's up, Nifty 50? How's your weekend? Happy Monday to you and your fam. Hopefully you're safe. Jerome D's in the house, Birmingham, Alabama. I'm sorry to hear that. He said got destroyed last night. Look, I am all for the protests. I am all for standing up for what happened. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Those 4 or 5 people, honestly, in my eyes, deserve the murder charge, right? Not 3rd degree, but they deserve. So the state needs to take action, set a sample, and we need police reform across the board. And that does not mean that every policeman is bad. You will always have several sour apples in a big basket, right? But all cities, all police need to be reformed. There's do's and don'ts in this game, right? You cannot harass one color. It is wrong, absolutely wrong, right? And what happened in South Africa is that the whites oppressed the blacks, apartheid. It was wrong. And Mandela brought the walls down fairly peacefully. And then there was change for all the brothers and sisters in South Africa. So I'm all for finding solutions. I'm all for reform. I'm all for finding the weaknesses in the systems. But what's not working in America is one group hyping up another group and creating a bigger divide and throwing fuel in the fire and throwing more octane into the fire and throwing more wood into the fire and throwing more fuel into the fire and throwing gas into the fire ain't working, folks. So we need some serious changes here and there. That's what I have to say. At the same time, I also say breaking into shops, stealing stuff, stealing TVs, shoes, whatever it is, that's wrong. It's plain out wrong, right? And I'm sure there will be a lot of pictures and a lot of footage and a lot of arrests down the road. Sherelle says, to the looters, with friends like you who needs provocateurs, I just discredit and distract from the peaceful protest. Yeah, don't put the lights on the protest. That is where we need to pay attention, right? Peaceful protest. And you know what? Throwing whatever Molotov cocktails at the police, I understand it. I get it. It's part of the anger, part of the rage, right? But breaking down shop windows is going a step too far. But the people need to get that rage out of their body because they've been pushed down, pushed down, pushed down. Wrong. Mark Roughton, how many people have died and businesses shuttered because of this one death? Don't get me wrong, one death is too many, but protests calmly with no violence. My theory on that, Mark, is you protest after every death, you protest calmly, nothing changes. You have to shake it up a bit, right? This also happened in South Africa. You got to shake it up, right? You got to make noise, and you got to take to the streets, not for one day, for days, right? But there are two groups and other things going on in the background, right? Who knows who's fueling what? It's getting crazy. It's getting out of hand, right? But if the people want to march, if they want to protest, if they want to be pissed off, right? Maybe a form of aggression is graffiti. F you, cops, pigs, whatever. Okay, I get it. I get it. I understand the anger and the rage because the calm, peaceful protests happened again and again and again. Nothing changed. And people die, and people die, and people die. Nothing changed. So the pressure pot explodes at some point. That's what's happening right now. Chris B says, I finally received my CAPUA. After applying for regular UI and getting the 0 payment response, I'm receiving $384 a week plus $600. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Back to March, baby. Good for you. Jerome D, I'm not driving at all. Birmingham was slow before the riot. Now there's a 7 p.m. curfew. So there's no, literally probably no business after 7 p.m. And again, you don't know where the trip's going to take you. So you have to make a tough choice. I work or I don't work. Or you work around the protests. Alex S says peaceful protests and looters are two different things. I agree. Destroying businesses and burning shops and buildings is not acceptable. I agree as well. Part 2 is not acceptable. Yasin Turkan, there are two groups of protesters. One is doing peaceful protest, but a second one's doing looting, throwing rocks to the police stores. Basically, they are ruining everything like their communities. They are definitely throwing fuel in the fire, no doubt about it. Why are some drivers in California not receiving benefits? My guess is maybe they didn't file 18 or 19 taxes, right? JJ says, don't drive. Don't drive means stay safe. I'm with you on that. Luis Canto says, it's like Uber and Lyft, nothing changes, and the poor get poorer and the rich get richer. Yep, Jeff Bezos increases his wealth by 34%. Dara K still gets his money, and then they expect essential workers to be there for them and do the work, the heavy work, for no money. Formula's wrong. We got to mix it up. That's why I'm quietly writing here. This is, to me, Our House is my way of protesting and writing. I get to speak and let out what's inside of me, what I'm pissed off about Uber and Lyft and other gig economies, and I call them out, and I tell Dara he's a dickhead and he's not a good CEO, and I tell Jeff Bezos he's an arrogant rich asshole and not taking care of his people, not supplying PPE, and you know what? We got to call them out and mix it up. Put that into the universe. Tell the universe that we got a couple of assholes at the captain's steering wheel. Shake it up. Yeah, I heard Jay Credo stopped getting money. I heard that. I think he made some amendment, and that's when they shut him down. I think I watched that video. But it was an interesting video. He explained it very well. It was a good video. James Campbell says, my minus $600,000 sibling got shot down for the last 2 weeks. He underreported, and it came back to light a fire under his ass. Oh, there we go. Come on, baby, light my fire. Dara's definitely not a decent human being, Jimmy. Tris, hey, Abstract, at least you've acknowledged my existence. There we go. Tris is in the house. You wouldn't thought they have learned from us by now how to protest and get your voice heard without causing chaos. Exactly. It's Moots. Sacramento, California will have a curfew tonight. And we'll continue doing so, my friend. We'll continue doing so. Let's just see here. Robert texted me. Cool. We'll do, my friend. Luis Cantor, no protests going on here. Where are you, Luis? What part of... it's time to change at least fair pay. I tried logging into Lyft other night, and it said you're not approved to drive. So I emailed them, and they said, because curfew, I was like, I'm in deep South Texas. There's no protest going on here. Interesting. Okay, so you're in the south of Texas. No protests. McAllen, Texas. Thank you. No protests in McAllen, Texas. Vegas doesn't have a curfew yet, but if violence continues, they may continue to a curfew. That's true. Well, I was surprised to hear that there was a curfew the other night in LA, 8:30 p.m. till 5:30 a.m. and today at 1 p.m. Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Burbank. Interesting. Yasin says, first the virus and now these protests. It's a hard time for ordinary people. This is all new, my friends. This is rather challenging. These times are rather interesting. James Campbell says, the spirit of Bill Murray fills my soul. Lewis says, I'm like 10 minutes away from the Mexico border. Cool. I know where you are. Yeah, I know. I've been down to that. Is that close to El Paso? Luis, is that close to El Paso? India did it peacefully in 1947. Yeah, Santa Monica is they got that locked down at 1 p.m. Can we get a redo on 2020? Can we just rewind 2020 and start all over again? David Garcia is in the house. He says, I pray for all of those affected by the looters. Oh, so it's even further south. Okay. Got it, Lewis. Thank you. Mark Rowden, Brownsville. Rio Grande. Her name was Rio, and she's dancing in the sun, just like the Rio running through the dusty land. Rio Grande. Duran Duran. Yep, by Brownsville. James Campbell's got an interesting one. He says, no, 2020 is a much needed reset and has all but guaranteed the end of Trump. I agree that things happen for a reason. Just put it that way. I agree. In the way I see it is that the universe is sending us a very, very, very powerful message in 2020. It's going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting. Rick Nelson says, riots and unrest here in San Antonio. Oh, they are? Really? Luis Canto says, totally agree, James. Thanks for the other channel. We've got a couple of people in the other channel. Let's appreciate that. Yeah, Scott, I got it. He says, I sent you a stay safe on a different video. See, the violence was all around you. Yeah. But I guess the violence hasn't like filtered into, you know, the neighborhoods. I wouldn't want somebody to jump over my fence. Not a good idea. Lewis, I agree with you. I don't think it's a good idea to throw more fuel into the fire. Now it's time for dialogue. You got to show the people right away that yes, we'll engage in reform. Yes, those 4 or 5 are being charged for murder. If you want to quieten this down, but to throw more fuel in the fire, not a good idea. And I mean, he's hiding out there in his bunker in the White House, tweeting from the White House bunker. Tweeting flames, fuel. Calm it down. Everyone calm it down. The governors, the mayors, the White House, everyone needs to have a dialogue and say, okay, acknowledged. Murder charges, here's the steps. Here's what we're going to do. Right? But to throw wood in a fire, to put oxygen in a fire, to throw gasoline in a fire, putting out fire with gasoline. Remember that, David Bowie? Doesn't work. Can't put out fire with gasoline. Putting out fire with gasoline. Shelley E. says, I can't vote for Biden because of his mental health. That's a soundbite that you got from some of those right-wing blogs. So good luck with that. I would question many other people's mental health right now. But good luck with that soundbite. We know where you stand. I disagree with that. Heather Baldwin says the rioters are being paid $20 an hour by George, and you have fuck all proof on that, Heather. So I wouldn't come into this room and spread shit that you don't know. You have proof that George Soros is spending $20 an hour. another soundbite picked up from a blog, regurgitated, and spat out there with zero proof. Those are the people I have zero time for. So not in this channel, please. Right? If you want to bring in stuff, bring me the links, but please, no talking out of assholes in this channel. Don't make up stuff because you heard it somewhere, right? There's no proof on that whatsoever. They love shifting blame. Oh, it's George Soros. Oh, he's paying him $20. It's fucking conspiracy fucking shit, man. It's all going on. Doesn't work. Yeah, we need a whole new, you know what? Fuck all Republicans. Fuck all the Democratic senators and House congressmen. Throw them all out. Let's come up with a new party. Call it the Our House Party, right? Let's get some competent people in there. You know, all of these people on the payroll, all of these Democratic and Republican senators, they just sell out to corporate America. You need some people that really, really genuinely want to, you know, do well. This bullshit flaming one side. Jeez, like, come on. Herbert Atkins says, keep the fire burning. No, we definitely got a live show burning here. You know, when you let me be very direct with all my brothers and my sisters in this house. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, the bottom line is you're welcome in here. This is your platform. You built it. I'm just a speaker. I see myself as a facilitator, as a speaker. So I don't point fingers. Are you Republican? Are you Democrat? Are you independent? Are you green? That's not who I am, right? So it is a platform open for discussion. But when both sides, when you bring arguments, all I ask you, fact check, show facts, links. Don't, like when you say that George Soros is paying people $20 per hour to do this, right? That's stuff that you picked out of a toilet bowl, information you picked out of a toilet bowl, right? That's the type of stuff I don't welcome here. You know what I mean? So if we can keep facts in the feeds, cool. I'm all for that. And everyone has a platform here. You know, I have a guy who's very cordial who comes in here, and his YouTube handle is Trump 2020. And have I shut him down? No. Have I shut down other people who are voting for Biden? No. I facilitate everyone here, right? I'm a mediator. I'm a facilitator. I'm a talker. I'm a talk show host, whatever you want to call it, YouTuber, influencer. But I'm not going to get political. I try to my best ability, keep it about the gig economy. But Our House Mondays are Our House Mondays. It's basically your open room. You get to talk. You get to talk whatever you want to talk about. So if you want to talk about politics, if you want to bounce it back and forth, Trump, Biden, okay, I'm okay with it, right? But if you bring arguments, please back them up with facts. So what gets me going is like, I don't know, was it Heather? Heather, never mind the weather as long as you're together with Heather. When you start saying that George Soros is paying people $20, you have proof of that. You have proof of those checks. You have proof, pictures that he's running around handing out $20 to people to go and light fires. Stop spreading misinformation. That's all I can say. That's part of the problem, is spreading misinformation, right? Now, there might be outside sources, right? We don't know. Like, do Russians play a part of this? Do Chinese? What are their interests? Are they involved in our politics? There might be a lot of outside influences, but as long as we, in this house, right? I don't care where you're from. Bring me the freaking facts. and we're not pitting one group of people against another group here. That's not what this Our House is about. But if we need to facilitate 30 or 60 minutes of talking about the protests, talking about politics, talking about Trump, talking about Biden, so shall it be, right? Jerome D says, I do have a question right here, Professor. What are your thoughts about the EIDL, not the PPP loan, as it relates to rideshare drivers? Look, if you qualify for the loan, I'm just going to guess maybe $5,000 to $15,000, right? I would say maybe 3.75%, right? That's a good percentage rate. So if that's structured over 10 years, if your payments are maybe $100 a month, I'm the type of guy who would say, okay, if I qualify for $15,000 at 3.75 over 10 years, which I think is a hell of a fair deal, I want to turn that 15,000 into 150,000, right? And then I want to turn that 150,000 into 1.5 million, right? So again, my policy in life is turn lemons into lemonade, plant a lot of lemon trees, grow. That could be the difference. It's not going to break your back, that monthly payment. And again, Jerome D. So he says, I qualified for 16,100 for 30 years, 76 a month. Now you could pay that back earlier. Wolanyo Kwesi says, please, let's change the topic. Don't give way for distraction. I'm with you on that, but, again, Wolanyo, I can't force anyone. If they want to talk about what they want to talk about, the reason why I created this Our House Mondays is it's an opportunity for everyone to vent, right? Even for you. If Uber's treating you shitty in Ghana, you get to talk about it, right? Mohammed Khalil says, don't take shots at senators. I was a senator in college. People still call me senator to this day. You're not a senator. You're not a true senator, Khalil. You may have been in a college, but in the true term of politics, you are not a senator, right? I'm talking about senators in politics. I have a very dear friend for 26 years who actually is a U.S. senator in Texas, right? And if I say that the mindset of congressmen and senators needs to change, it cannot be corporate America driven, it has to be U.S. citizen driven. I stand by that. Unfortunately, you took that personal, because you be called senator because they called you senator at college. That's your brand. That has, again, listen to me carefully, F all to do with a U.S. senator, right? So you got to keep those two apart. You're what they call you senator or a college. If you were a senator at college, you're not a U.S. senator, period. So you got triggered. You took it too personal. I'm talking about U.S. politics, my friend. Exactly. Nifty 50, that's the argument right there. Says, I was a treasury in college, but I'm not Mnuchin. Same thing. I was a president of some, what was it, of some junior achievement program in, let's say, in Europe and South Africa. I'm not the president. Okay? I think we're all on the same page. Let's move on to the next. Jerome says the issue is that they had restrictions on what to use it for. I was just curious. Right. And good point. Very good point, Jerome. So you accepting this money, let's say you accept it on those terms, and then you're also accepting what it can be used for, right? So, okay, yes, I sign the paperwork, I acknowledge I will use this money for A, B, C. If you see yourself building something within the perimeters of what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do, I would go for it, right? If that money is allocated for a specific business purpose and you think, okay, I can turn these lemons into lemonade, I would go for it. If it's outside of your boundaries of your professional or of your skill set, maybe it's not a good idea to accept that money. Rick Nelson says, remember, a house divided against itself cannot stand. Will not have a foundation, and the walls will come crumbling down. Mohammed, with you, dude. You're part of our house family. I was just trying to I had to make a specific distinction on who I was addressing. I was not attacking you. I was talking in far broader U.S. political terms. And that's a topic I don't like to debate in our house or in my channel. I would do that in a separate channel. But having grown up with a father that was a politician, that advised several presidents and wrote probably 14, 15 different books, I can tell you something. I'll mix it up with anyone when it comes to politics, anyone, because I've been in that environment since a little 7, 8-year-old, right? And I've met a lot of these individuals, big names, don't have to mention the names, but I'm very, very interested in global politics, not just US politics, global politics, on worldwide politics, right? International relations, as they call it. And I have friends out there that are in politics a lot, still have very, very high positions. And when I give you my feedback or my comments, they're not directed at you, they're directed at the system. And the system needs reform. And the system needs to talk to each other. Not fucking... Nothing good comes about that. It's all good, Muhammad. Still my brother. Politics do matter. Big time. Remember, these people work for us. That's what people don't... That's what these people on the top tend to forget. These people all work for us. You paying into the system. Jerome is paying into the system. Scott's paying into the system. Torsten's paying into the system. Mohammed's paying into the system. Lewis is paying into the system. Rick's paying into the system. Scott, Nifty 50, all paying into the system. Who do they work for? They work for us, right? We the people. And you're 100% correct. 150% correct. We can't be silent about issues forever. They have to be brought out into the open. And I completely disagree with the statement, we will meet looting with shooting. They'll just fucking go and make them more crazy, right? You'd have to say, look, you understand, as of today, things change. We acknowledge a big issue, a big problem. Here's the game plan. So we've got to, Laura, we have a very interesting topic going on here.
Uh-oh.
We're talking about protesting. We're talking about Trump. We're talking about Biden. We're talking about politics. We're talking about, but listen, it's our house Mondays.
Right.
I sit back. I'm a mediator, facilitator. You guys get to talk. I read what you write. And don't let Laura jump into this room, because she will tear it up. She is a firecracker when it comes to that. People on Facebook back down. Men back down that engage into political battles with her. She shreds them like a Rottweiler. They run with their little tail between their feet. So if you find Laura on Facebook, do not engage. on that topic. You will regret it. See, she's laughing.
I'm really very nice.
She will destroy.
Can't help it that I have facts on my side.
You see, facts, yeah. Ziggy 007's in the house. John B says she's going to eat some cheesecake and some nice wine. I think that'll probably calm her down. A lot of red wine would probably calm her down. We had red wine last night, and we were very buzzed, right? We were out all day. We were surfing, right? We're on the beach. We weren't replenishing. We weren't drinking enough water. Big mistake. Not enough hydration going on. And then at night we get back, and then we drink wine. Game over. You still have it. Nifty 50. I destroyed that cake ages ago. The cheesecake and that lime cake, gone. But thank you for the reminder. Trader Joe's needs a visit. More key lime, more cheesecake. Hey, we got to have, listen, my friends, humor is muy importante. Okay? Very, very, very important. In German, sehr, sehr wichtig. Hollands, Dutch, baie, baie unbekend. Right? Very, very, very important. We need to keep humor going. So I appreciate anyone who keeps the humor going. We have to have humor in this. You got to keep it light. Get serious. Yes, it gets serious. It does. It gets very, very serious. These are serious topics. Can't like, oh, it doesn't exist. Oh, it doesn't exist. No, it doesn't exist. No, it does exist. You got to talk about it, but you have to have fun. You got to still keep your life going and humor. Nifty 50 says, I got coffee yesterday to salute you by splurging $5.25. I love it. And yes, I did go out and get coffee after that live feed. So today, Rideshare Alliance, Edward Escobar was out in San Francisco at the Lyft headquarters. They were there. I just tried to rally a couple of people down. I thought the event was canceled due to the looting, so I didn't prepare a little video. I made it very late, but I launched that video while it was taking place. Because Edward texted me and says, Torsten, why didn't you make a video? I'm like, okay, I'll make a video. I've got to get going here. I've got to make a video. Muhammad Khalil says, Scott Tucker, are you talking about me? If yes, read my other 2 posts. Muhammad, we love you, dude. Don't worry. Don't worry. There's nothing personal going on between the people that are in this house. Understand each other, right? So we're 100% behind you. There's no animosity or fights going on here. It's for the collective good, right? We're just venting, talking, expressing, sharing, and you've brought really, really, really good topics to the forefront. And yes, Scott says, Muhammad, no, it's just trying to lighten the mood. There we go. We've got to lighten it up a little bit. A little bit of humor, a little bit of Erica in my life, a little bit of Monica by my side, little bit of humor in the. Did you try the French vanilla iced? Yes, I did. Very good. I went and got 3 French vanilla iced for my 2 younger amigos and then for me. Oh, yes, I remember you bringing up the caramel macchiato. That's one I haven't tried yet because to me, it just sounds too sweet. And I bet it's good. He says, boy, was it good. I've no doubt about it. It just sounds too sweet to me. Caramel macchiato. Freaks me out a little bit. Just sounds like sweet, sweet, sugar, 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 sugar. Tris, we got a whole round of coffee and iced teas and iced coffees and everything yesterday. Symbolic. Chris says, I wanted to edit. Let me just see. But I can't find. Boss told me Lyft is now requiring a TCP on their black car side. That's what I was trying to find out. Yes, in certain markets now, they are changing that to, I have someone in the other channel that asked about the TCP. Cool, Rick. Rick's going to keep us updated on that. I appreciate it. Thank you, Rick, for jumping back and forth in the channels. I'm on roughly 2,000 plus hours. I need 4,000 in the one. Thumbs up, Mohammed. Oh, tired. Oh, what a weekend. What a weekend. What a weekend. Just channel hopping, TV, watching this, that, social media. Isn't that you guys feel like overload? So James Campbell says, getting me hungry again, man. Getting me way too hungry. A little bit of Monica on my side, a little bit of Tina. Oh, you got both going. Rick, you rock. We will rock you. We will rock you. Blood on your face, big disgrace, dragging you around all over the place, saying we will rock you. I'm looking for something, and it's not showing up. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you. A little bit of Monica on that side, a little bit of cash from the rideshare companies. Okay. Man. You think you have every cable. You think you have everything, but you don't. Okay, what's going on? What's going on, brothers? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm supposed to have a guy text me around 2 o'clock. Oh yeah, there's two topics I'd like to cover. It says here, Uber and Lyft, DoorDash suspending service in some cities due to curfews. Just charge that phone up a little bit, this other one, because this one is not cooperating. A little bit of Monica on my side. Okay, that's the ceiling. That's not good. That's 2. How long has this been going on? How long? Hey, caramba. You bet, thank God I gave up television. Good. All right, so cords, dude. I got so many cords, but when you need them, where the hell are they? So protests continue across the nation in response to the police killing of George Floyd, an unarmed black man in Minneapolis last week. Some government officials have ordered curfews. Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash are all complying with government orders and suspending some services. Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash are suspending operations in some cities across the United States in order to comply with curfew orders. If that applies to you, please speak up. Protests continue across the United States in response to the police killing of George Floyd, an unarmed black man in Minneapolis last week. Many demonstrations across the nation have been peaceful, but violence and looting erupted in some cities over the weekend as groups of protesters clashed with law enforcement officers. We've been following that on TV, right? As a result, some government officials have implemented curfews for residents. Uber has suspended services in Los Angeles, Oakland, San Francisco, and parts of Minneapolis during curfew hours, the company said. Some cities have requested that we suspend operations completely, while others want to ensure Uber is available for essential services, the company said in a statement. We're also using the Uber app to educate riders and drivers about city curfews and remind them Uber should be used for emergency purposes only during this time. Lyft said it also was following local guidance to comply with curfews. The food delivery service DoorDash will also pause operations in cities that have curfews in effect. Now, I just read here, this thing just popped up on my screen, and it said, Governor Newsom, that's here in California, speaks as curfews enacted, National Guard troops deployed in California amid nationwide outrage over police violence. And National Guard soldiers deployed in Los Angeles and 2 other California cities to back up police forces trying to stop waves of violence, vandalism, and arson amid passionate protests against the death of a handcuffed black man in Minneapolis police custody. Armed members of the Guard protected Los Angeles City Hall on Sunday after upheaval in the nation's second largest city, and then rolled into suburban Santa Monica and Long Beach as throngs savaged businesses there. In more than 20 cities, thieves smashed their way into stores and carried off armloads of sneakers, clothes, and electronics. What is that all about? Alex Critics in the house. How are you? Lighting the fires. Welcome you. Robin Reener from Viva Las Vegas. I'm there, July the 8th. We're all going to have a nice lunch together. Criminals are wrong to think that they can hijack this message. I agree with that. Undermine this movement and divide us. They will not, Garcetti said in the video address. So to those who are hurting, we hear you. And to those who are acting criminally by smashing windows and looting, we see what you are doing and we will arrest you and we will find you. Exact tallies have been unavailable, but hundreds of people have been arrested over several days of disturbances that have forced some cities and counties to place millions of people under overnight curfews. In Los Angeles County, the tactic appeared to help quell trouble. In Sacramento, where no curfew was imposed, Sunday night brought more violence and destruction at businesses in the Midtown area and near the Capitol after a largely peaceful daytime protest. Police fired tear gas and rubber bullets at those who ignored orders to leave. Other violence statewide included an arm wound suffered by a gunshot victim in Walnut Creek. It's Moose says, Torsten, did you see the security person grab a police assault rifle out of a looter's control with one hand while pointing his own gun at the looter's head? It was amazing. Oh, send me the link. I'll have a look at it. Send me the link. Sherelle says, opportunist looters couldn't care less about the message of the protest. That is correct. In Emeryville, across the bay from San Francisco, where thieves stormed malls late Saturday, Kayla Calderon swept up glass outside the medical scrubs shop, Uniform Advantage. Calderon's store had just reopened after being shuttered for 6 weeks under California's orders to stem spread of the coronavirus. She said she had just returned home Saturday when she learned the burglar alarm was triggered. It's 2 o'clock. Still haven't received a call from that individual. Now, Governor Newsom, we're talking about California here, and please do share info from your city. Governor Newsom deployed 1,000 members of the Guard to 1,000 members? You've got to send 10,000 members. 1,000 members is not going to do anything. Of the Guard to assist the 20,000 officers of the Los Angeles Police and Sheriff's Departments. Garcetti said, the San Francisco police chief said about 200 outside officers were en route. And those outside officers, I saw them fly in convoys down the highway. Why is it that only 1,000 members of the Guard march in? We need about 10,000 to assist the 20,000. 1,000 going to do shit. Unrest in Santa Monica happened not far from a peaceful demonstration near the city's famous pier as thieves targeted shops near the popular 3rd Street Promenade. Yeah, they went ape shit on the 3rd Street Promenade. I saw all the graffiti. My clients who live in, I have several clients that live in Santa Monica. They bailed out. They left. They went to Santa Barbara and Ojai. As protesters gathered in Long Beach, thieves swarmed nearby stores at the Pike outlets. A Forever 21 store was a favorite target, and a steady stream emerged carrying armloads of clothing. Some stopped to change into stolen items. Jeez, so you steal the items, and then you get rid of your current items, and you actually put on the new stolen items. You have that time to change clothes and to change shoes, change shirts, put on a belt, put on new socks. What up, people? About 1,000 people marched through the streets of San Francisco carrying signs and chanting George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. And I'm all for that. But breaking shop windows on 3rd Street Promenade? Nope. All adventures, yes, we need 10,000s, you're right. Yeah, you need 10,000 to assist the 20,000. You're going to bring in 1,000 to assist the 20,000? Come on. If you are being approached by numbers, you have to stand with numbers, right? And the beating and pointing tear gas and shooting people blank range with tear gas and rubber bullets doesn't necessarily help. You know what helped? Do you see the one city where all the cops put down their arms and kneeled down and said, we don't want to fight you? Wow, did you see how the people responded to that? That was very powerful. Very powerful, moving footage. Guys, go watch that. We're here because George Floyd was murdered in cold blood. Alicia said in San Diego, police fired tear gas to disperse a crowd. They said pelted them with rocks and bottles. Absolutely correct. They should not tolerate that. You don't throw rocks and bottles at police officers. You don't. In Los Angeles, damage from Saturday's violence included windows shattered at nearby every shop along a stretch of trendy Melrose Avenue. I saw that. I saw all the cop cars burnt out. Alan looked up through a hole in the roof of Tony K's shoe store where fire had burned and most of his inventory was stolen or damaged. He had pleaded for people to spare his establishment and was struck in the head with a bottle. Wrong. Person needs to go to jail. Period. Don't hit a store owner over the head with a bottle. Wrong. This was not a political protest. That part is not political. Garcetti praised the majority of officers he said had shown restraint. Los Angeles Police Chief Michael Moore, who was on the front line Saturday, said officers had accepted appropriately, had acted appropriately, though he acknowledged some individual failures. There will always be certain individual failures because you are protecting your life. If you have a big group of people, I've been there in the army, got ambushed by hundreds of people. Yeah, I had to drive through the crowds and to get out because I was protecting myself and a couple of other army boys, right? I've been in that situation, and it's either them or you. So survival instinct kicks in, and I may have knocked some people over. May have. I did. A police statement said the officers were responding to a robbery report when they encountered numerous protesters and stopped. Protesters surrounded them, threw objects into the car, and shattered its rear window and damaged a side mirror. That's when you get the F out of there. Officers attempted to drive away. There it is. When people ran out in front of their cruiser, one of them was struck, but got up and ran away before they could be identified, the statement said. It added that firefighters responded but were unable to find anyone who was involved. 5 LAPD officers have been injured in clashes and 2 hospitalized, including one who required surgery after his skull was fractured by a brick. Why are you throwing a brick at a cop? Scott, tell me when that money arrives. Yeah, Chris, you're right. I'm following you there, not ignoring you. In San Francisco, popular Union Square, people stole leather bags from a Coach store and shoes from a Salvatore Ferragamo location. The Mercury News reported streets were littered with bras from Victoria's Secret and cushioned jewelry boxes from Swarovski. People were breaking into Victoria's Secret to steal bras. Come on, get a life. Mayor London Breed said the city's 8 p.m. curfew would be extended indefinitely. Breed expressed sadness about the destruction, and she said she was not going to tolerate the violence. I was extremely upset because, unfortunately, with some of the vandals, they thought this was a game. They thought this was funny, and it's not funny. Protests rolled into the East San Diego suburb of La Mesa, where 2 adjacent banks burned to the ground. Geez, like, you think they're going to break into the bank and steal the money? Come on, people. I think people are hurting and they're angry and they're trying to be heard because there's no other way to get anyone's attention. All right, we covered that. Now we go back to you. And I just need to check my messages quickly one more time to see if this individual has texted me. No, only Robert and Shireen. Not the buyer. Okay, you lose, buddy. You snooze, you lose. You don't call me, I don't sell you the car. All right, Trish says, good news for me then. Sorry, another blonde moment. It's perfectly fine. We all have, I have many blonde moments. IQ Boy says, imagine if California has stand your ground law. That would get interesting. Scott Tucker, I done plenty homework trying to expedite what I done wrong on my end to get the money earlier. Good. If you made a wrong, it's okay. We can admit I screwed up, I effed up. I'm going to correct it. I like that. I've done that many times. I've screwed up many, many times in my life. And I remember one of my biggest regrets, no regrets anymore, but at the time when I was, just starting off with YouTube and building out a channel, I attacked an individual called Calvin, the Simple Driver. Remember that? And right afterwards, I went, why am I doing this? I screwed up. So I made a video apology. It was the right thing to do because I was at fault. So the good thing is if you're able to admit that you've screwed up, you've effed up, or you're at fault, and you can correct the wrong, you're back on the right path. Absent Echo, did anyone see the video of that cop grabbing that protester's phone and throwing it? The protester knocked that cop out, picked up his phone, and outran the cops chasing. I want to see that, dude. Send me that link. Send me that link. We'll play it. Damn, that's a good one. Cop took the phone, threw the phone away. Protester knocked him out, grabbed the phone, ran and outran the protester. Outran the cops. Yeah, Norwalk, I screwed up in Norwalk once big time with Uber. And I had no idea where I was, but I ended up in Norwalk in a very, very, very scary situation. Had no idea where I was. He says, as it sits now, it's all Nevada glitches causing the holdup. Okay, so it's out of your control, right? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Absent Echo says, yes, Tris, most of them know me and they all hate me. Norwalk, SD, Patrols, La Mirada. Mike Smith, if anybody has that link, I got to watch that footage. Dos Equis. Sherelle says, Norwalk Costco has the cheapest gas. It's where I fill up. How much is it there? Cool. Scott says, I've been trying to help my Nevada brothers and sisters like Robin to stay up on their claims. That's very good. Yeah, it's Moose. Send the link to my phone. Appreciate it. I want to have a good laugh. That'll be cool. Norwalk and La Mirada cops hate it when a citizen knows and exercises their rights. Good for you. You do have rights. That's an absolute correct statement. And you should be able to exercise it. Ooh, look what I found. Ooh, I like this stuff. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Wow. Let's do this is in the house. Says, hello. Right, Professor. Boy, I tell you, it's getting crying shame what damage has happened. I want to get pictures for you, but I can't get near there right now. If you get the pictures, send them on over. We can do a video. Sherelle says, there it is, 916. I just got the video. I'll watch it in a second, but I've got a feed going on that phone. Thank you for the link. It's Moose from the 916 area code. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Okay, yeah, there's a lot going down there. So get me pictures, my friend. I want pictures, whether it's graffiti, burnt down places, I don't care. We can make a video. Right? You see a lot of this stuff on TV, but Sherelle says generally 20 to 30 cents below anywhere else. Rick Nelson is enjoying $1.44 here in San Antonio. Damn, the last time I filled up was $3.05, I think it was. Excuse me, my nose is really, really. All righty, my friends, we're coming up to 1 hour, 20 minutes. I think I'll go for another 10 minutes. Then I got to start my day. IQ Boy says $2 and $2.80 in the Bay Area. Wow. Abstract Echo says, when dealing with the police, just remember 3 statements. Number 1, am I being detained? Number 2, I don't consent to searches. And 3, I don't answer questions. Thank you for sharing. So the first question, am I being detained? I don't consent to searches. I don't answer questions. And Trish says, you forgot, I want my attorney. Blame it on your attorney. Yes, sir, ma'am. No, sir, ma'am. IQ Boy says, when I get stopped by the police, first thing I say is, how are you doing, officer? That's what I do. How are you doing, officer? How's your day going? It's going okay. Right now, it's not going too good. There's a lot of riots and protests going. But I do the same. How are you, officer? How's your day? Let's do this. Says, I live in Lake Minnetonka. That sounds cool. Is it pretty out there? Lake Minnetonka. How big is it? West of MPLS, Minneapolis. Let's do this. Says, I'm gearing to do my own ride share. Yeah, I love it. That's great news. Like you said, I should be able to charge a decent amount with my Audi Q5, been giving out a lot of business cards, doing Instacart. That's awesome, dude. I like that. That's good news. I like that a lot. Ziggy007 says, got an email, said I was eligible on the site. It has processing on all my weeks under review. I've tried all morning to call to no avail. Geez, that's frustrating. You still dealing with that? Dude, hammer them and email them, hammer them, write them. Ziggy, write. Send it in the mail. Get stamps, US stamps. Abstract Echo says that falls under I don't consent to searches. Sorry, I don't consent to searches, officer. Please don't look inside my car. I don't consent. Right. 99% of the time, the people really just don't know their rights. And the cops will bank on that. And they will trespass. So Lake Minnetonka is an Indian name, old school, pretty area. You'll have to check it out online. But yeah, no, that I figured out. But is there actually like a beautiful lake over there or not? I'll check it out for sure. For sure. Always keep your camera rolling. That's what, once I came out of an Irish pub in Santa Monica on the corner of 26 and Wiltshire, I think it was late. And these cops were manhandling a guy pretty forcefully. And I happened to be with a guy called Peter Smith that night, heavyweight boxer, ranked top 10 in the world, was supposed to fight Mike Tyson in China. One of my best friends, I grew up with him at school. Peter Smith, you can look him up. And I looked at him and he said, dude, those guys are way too violent on that guy. And he got really, really agitated about it. I got agitated about the way they were treating that person. They were banging him up against the car. They were kicking him. And it's sort of at the same time, we got our phones out. I just started videoing. I could see the cop could see that I was videoing. And even those 5 or 6 cops, they had weapons on them, sure. So a professional boxer, and by the way, I've seen this guy knock out 18 people. 18 people. He was surrounded by 18 people. He knocked out every single one of them, cold, done. Threw one out into the street, this guy. He is a brutal fighter. And he just said to the cop, hey, stop it. You're manhandling that person. Stop it. You're way too aggressive. I had the phone running. This is years ago. And the cops could see, we had our phones out, and they could see that this guy, Peter Smith, and you can look him up. It's actually, his boxing name is Peter Sniper Smith. I don't know if you guys know James Toney, the boxer James Toney, if you guys know him. But I used to go down to the wild card. I used to see Peter Smith spar against Mike Tyson. I used to see Peter Smith spar against James Toney. And when I say Peter Smith mixed these boys up, he did. So you were talking about a lethal weapon without weapons, right? Just a boxer. And he was effing angry at these cops. And he says, get off these police. Get off them. I mean, police, get off this guy. You're manhandling him. And I had the phone running because I figured if anything happened, I would have catch him. And the cops backed down. They backed down. They realized that they were on camera, and they had one very pissed off person, 2 pissed off people, but the one, myself being on the camera, and the other guy wanted to start knocking these guys out. He was aggro. He was like in their face. Stop hitting this guy. And they were really manhandling him. So sadly, flashback, going fast forward, you see the George Floyd video, and I am sure there were many, many people that would want to have intervened. And they were just too scared because they probably did not know what would follow. Would these people pull out a gun? Would they get shot? And people kept on filming. But, had a crowd gathered and confronted those cops, those 4 or 5 cops, who knows? Maybe they could have prevented it. Maybe it would have got more ugly. You never know. But that type of brutality needs to stop. Needs to stop. That's interesting. I want to read that. James Campbell says there are cops who are trained to psychologically tread on people. So even if you do know and assert your rights, then comes the neuro-linguistic mental programming. Abstract Echo says the attitude changes when they find out they're being recorded. Yeah, the recording part, I think, helps big time, and they can't deny you. You're allowed to record that. You film them and say, officer, you're being filmed. This is wrong. Fucking give me that phone. No, keep on filming. That camera is a powerful piece of evidence, man. That dash cam is a powerful piece of evidence, right? Make or break you, my friend. It'll make or break you. Oh, wow. Somebody from the 313 just sent me some pictures. I'll check that out. I will check that out. Oh, so there is an auction tomorrow. I think I'm going to head to that auction tomorrow. There is an auction tomorrow. Might want to get myself a nice RV tomorrow. Nice big 31-foot RV. All right, we're on the 1:30. You've hit the 90-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. Joey Driver for you, Idaho, just walked in. Says, greetings from Boise. What's happening in Boise is peaceful here, but we do have protesters at our capital. Okay, cool. So everything, good feedback from Boise. Thank you. That's the problem. Sherelle says, these days it seems they don't care if they're on video. They know they have impunity. I think a lot of those laws will change. Depends. Can't just keep on getting away with that shit. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you an amazing Monday. I appreciate you being part of our house for 90 plus minutes. A lot of great input, a lot of great feedback. I got to rock and roll today. I have a long laundry list of things to do today. So I just want to chip away at them and tick them off. Appreciate all of your input. And I want you to stay safe. I want you to stay away from the troublemakers. Don't go breaking any shop windows. Don't get yourself into trouble. Don't go stealing Nike shoes. Definitely don't go and steal those Gucci jackets and boots. Not worth it. They'll catch you, right? So thumbs up, thumbs up. Anybody there, if you have any possibility of smashing that like button, if you haven't hit it, do it now as I'm going out. Helps my algorithms, helps my videos. This little thing, thumbs up, everybody thumbs up, thumbs up. Somebody just smashed that, thank you. Thank you to everyone that hit the like button. And Rideshare Driving School channel, thank you for being in there with me for 90 minutes. Appreciate that. No, not to Ruben. I'll be going to Ruben at the end of the week, waiting for a lot of parts to be coming in. Parts are being shipped to me. So not today, but we'll be probably making a move on a 1955 Chevy Bel Air tomorrow and see what the auction has. Maybe I can squeeze some pictures, some footage at the auction. Rideshare Helper just walked in, says, got a nice flat screen TV as a tip from a rider there. Very generous of them. That's cool, as long as they didn't loot that TV and steal it out of a shop and give it to you as a tip, right? But I'm glad you got a nice flat screen TV. That's nice. So they're acknowledging you. Sherelle, thank you. Everyone, be safe out there. Remember, just because the protests are going on doesn't mean that we should let down our guard. Still be safe, right? Put on your sanitizers, whatever you have. Keep everything sterile, clean, and stay away from the hot spots. Stay away from the flames. Stay away from crazy-ass looters, right? Wish you an amazing week, and I'll be back soon. So from our house, Mondays, I'm checking out. Wild spirit, my friends. Be safe, and thank you again. Cheers. Have a good one.